Greetings and salutations! This is Imperator Vespasian and his trusty sidekick.
Hello!
A little bit of a deviation from our normal videos. We have some more unboxing videos to do, and very shortly we will be doing some battles, and we'll also be doing an overview of our completed armies, the ones that were finished. But I just got this letter from the family got this letter from the Liberal Democrats, and I thought we'd run over it because I thought it was quite interesting. So, you've read it already?
Yep.
And it's a questionnaire.
Indeed it is.
Which is quite interesting.
How come they want your name and address when they already know your name and address and send it to you?
They send one to each of the families in the, each of the households that are on the electoral roll. So that's how they do it. And so what they want you to do is give you the name and address so they can try and get you to join the party and join in and stuff. So this questionnaire is from Karen Ward, is it Karen Ward? Who is standing for the Liberal Democrats in our local area. Now, a little preamble. I'm pretty wavery when it comes to voting. I don't particularly have a party allegiance. You're about to vote for your first time in the next election, so you don't have any party allegiance yet. You've never done it. My wife is a wavering voter. She's voted for the Conservatives and the Liberal Democrats before. I've voted Conservatives to try and stop Labour getting in, but I originally used to vote Labour, and I've also voted for the Liberal Democrats. So we are genuinely wavering voters, aren't we, as a family? My eldest son, of course, is
always
part of the Conservative Party, so we have disagreements with a lot of things. As my biggest beef is with Labour. I used to vote Labour, and Labour moved house and didn't leave a forwarding address, so I'm no longer welcome in the Labour Party. They don't represent my views, and they don't stand for what I like. But we'll run through this little questionnaire, which will give you an idea into what we think, and I know you might think things, so you can leave messages in the bottom bar.
Yeah, that's it. They'll answer the questions all in the comments.
Yeah, and obviously a lot of our viewers aren't in the UK anyway, so they might find it interesting to see how we do things in Britain. So first question, do you want to take that on?
Which of these issues are important to you and your family? Education, transport, NHS, climate change, cost of living, jobs/economy, housing, inequality, other. Please state.
So if you're going to, I would assume this is a multiple choice answer.
Yes.
It doesn't say, it's not like an exam where you only pick one. Education, what do you think of education?
Needs support.
Yeah, I'd agree.
Yeah.
Education has issues. Transport.
For this area, I'd say okay. We're already okay.
I'd say so too. Our Liberal Democrat MP has already done a lot for local transportation and stuff.
Norman Lamb.
Yeah. He's done a good job. NHS.
That's brilliant around here.
Yeah. We come from Yorkshire originally. The NHS here, where my wife has had to partake of the local hospital a couple of times. You may know about the issues that have been pertaining to that, and they have been absolutely brilliant. I have no problems with the NHS. My eldest son is also a nurse. He works for the NHS, so I have no problems with the NHS. I don't think it's an issue here. I do understand that back in where we came from, the NHS was awful.
Yeah, I clean up the nurse's mess.
Yes, you do.
It's my job.
He actually cleans. He works as a cleaner for them. So yeah, our family is involved with the national health.
Climate change.
Climate change. Is it an issue? No.
I mean,
not really.
I'd say yeah.
Well, you would go on.
Well, I think with most of the things that we're all told, I think we should at least do something about it.
Yeah, I get that. You see, your problem is the biggest countries that are doing stuff, are doing the worst things for the climate, are like the United States, China,
I think it's more developing
India,
countries.
yes, the developing countries, and of course Africa. They're massively polluting. Anything that Britain could do is irrelevant. Britain is already one of the cleanest countries in Europe. Not the cleanest, but one of them. We used to have smog and stuff like that. We've got rid of that now.
Oh God, yeah.
Yeah, people used to die of smog. In the 1960s, there was about 80,000 deaths due to air pollution.
That's London.
Yeah, and then the Clean Air Bill was passed, and as far as climate change, the
So
environment.
we managed to do something in the past, so
Yes.
it'll be easy to do it again.
Yeah, if you actually want to help, I think plastics are probably a bigger problem, given that most of the world's oxygen comes from the sea.
It's covered in plastic in there.
And it's full of plastic. But I think Mr. Trump's idea is best, which is you hire a bunch of trawlers and they just collect the dredge the plastic up.
People just keep putting it back in and back in. You don't make any
you
progress.
can deal with it though. You can deal with it. There are very, very many other ways you could deal with it. Do I think it's a major issue? Well, the sun is burning helium, which is causing the planet to warm. That's the primary cause of climate change right now.
I think it is an issue,
Yeah.
but not as much of an issue it used to be back then.
Yeah, and there's not
It's not
much,
killing people.
and there's not much we can do about the sun. It's a huge burning ball of gas. Our star is a variable star, so we can't deal with that. Short of putting up a huge umbrella, which I don't think is a good idea. Earth moves in phases, so generally I don't think humans really got a huge amount to do with climate change compared to what else is going on. I think we can mitigate the damage that we do, but no, as an issue, I don't really think it's a major issue that individuals should be dealing with.
Cost of living.
Cost of living. No,
I don't know.
you're entering the workforce, or you just entered the workforce. So, what do you think of your cost of living, your minimum wage?
Well, I mean, it's been Labour's idea of making me get paid £10 an hour.
Yeah.
Because I don't want to. Well, it's worthless, really.
Yeah.
So,
If you increase minimum wage, you
It's still the same.
Yeah, you increase prices.
yeah, it's still the
The
same.
minimum wage is worth the same, no matter what.
But
the
I
minimum
mean,
wage is.
I don't paid a lot, but in a few months I do get paid a lot. So I'm fine.
Yeah, so I don't think the Liberal Democrats have wanted to mess with it. I haven't heard that they've wanted to mess with the minimum wage.
Well, they're too busy wanting to revoke Article 50.
Yeah, that's their main issue. But beyond Brexit, I think they have quite a few things that can be done to help the cost of living. I think taxes are too high. Unfortunately, when the Liberal Democrats won the local elections, they immediately put taxes up. For climate change reasons, apparently.
Yeah, but with taxes, you can't really do anything with that at the moment.
No.
Because the NHS is in our tax, education, primary school, if you want to,
Yeah.
all in tax. And if you don't want to pay that tax anymore, then you will have to pay for school and NHS. And
Yeah. And
you may as well just do it in the tax. Then you get free education
yeah,
and
but
free
then
healthcare.
you don't want to increase taxes, that's the point. But the primary causes of cost of living is tax. And if you cut the green tax, it's not like the government's spending that money on green stuff.
And in the way, the more you make,
You could actually put more money back into the people's households.
yeah, the more you make, like if you're making a lot of money, you still technically earn the same as you or us because the tax just gets higher and higher as you get paid more and more.
Yeah. So as far as cost of living is concerned, I'm not overly worried. I would like to pay less taxes. That would help my cost of living. But I pay high taxes, so
Most people do nowadays.
yeah. Well, everyone does now. Even
Job/economy.
Go on.
What does it mean though? Job/economy.
Are you worried about the economy? Like, is jobs an important issue to you, or is the economy an important issue to you?
There's plenty of jobs, so I'd say the economy needs helping.
Yeah, I think as we move towards leaving the European Union,
Investments, investors are very iffy.
yeah. So
If we lose them, we lose our economy.
yeah, so we need the economy needs a kick in the backside. But the thing is, our economy has stagnated quite a lot, especially over the last 3 years. As a business owner, I am worried about the economy. I'm more worried about being in the European Union though than I am not being in it, because it costs us a fortune to be in it, our own business.
Well, mainly
It's
because
not doing our business any good being in the European Union. It's making it much harder to trade.
plus the the euro is dwindling.
Yeah, that's even though we're not part of the euro, we're still tied to it. Because we're part of the European Union, we have to pay into it.
Yeah, and then
We're
they
back in
convert
the
that
euro.
into euro. Yeah.
Yeah, so it's not helping business at all. Not small business. I know all the news go on about us. Business leaders want us. No, big business leaders don't even pay tax in Britain. So I won't listen to their opinion.
Housing.
House prices are too expensive.
That's it's like $100,000, isn't it?
Yeah, around here. Our house prices is expensive. Housing is expensive. We don't have enough housing in Britain, but that's not due to the amount of births, that's due to the amount of immigration.
Why are they talking about housing and then talk about economy above when it's technically the same
It
thing?
is really the
And
same
cost
thing.
of living is
but, yeah.
also the same thing.
Yeah, but they're separating them out into different things.
Inequality.
Inequality.
They're talking about gender inequality, or they're talking about race inequality, or they're talking about money inequality, or they're talking about job inequality.
I don't know.
Oh.
Are you worried about inequality?
About what?
Well, is there any inequality that you're particularly worried about?
Personally, no.
Right. The only inequality I'm worried about is the elite classes, the upper middle class who seem to be running the country at the moment, are doing a terrible job of it.
You mean the government?
The government, to an extent, the government are only 600 people in total, right? So they're not really, they're just individuals. It's the screaming masses that stand outside Parliament, wave banners, and seem to have enough money in their bank account to take time off work in order to march up and down with blue flags. They're the people that are annoying me the most. And they're the ones that seem to be getting their way, and not the majority of people who actually vote, regardless of which side you vote for.
Anything else?
No, I haven't got anything else to state. Important issues at the moment. Yeah, I would basically take cost of living as a primary problem for me there. And probably education as well. You?
Education, economy. Question 2. How concerned are you about the future of the NHS and social care? 0 is not concerned and 4 is very concerned.
I'll let you go first.
0 around here.
Yeah, I'd say 0 around here too. Although our hospital's getting a bit of a updo. They're adding a wing and it's quite nice.
Probably cost is so good.
Yeah,
People like
so
it
that's
once.
good. That's absolutely fine. So no, I'd put 0 at that. I'm not.
That's an
worried.
easy question.
Yeah, I'm not worried about the NHS at all around here.
Have you experienced problems using NHS services in North Norfolk? I actually have not.
No, I haven't
No,
either.
it's fantastic.
Neither has anybody else in the family. However, using the NHS in Yorkshire, yes.
Even though they're next door?
Yeah, massive problem. Here, no. They actually fixed the problems that the Yorkshire people did. So, the local NHS, no problem whatsoever. They're brilliant.
How concerned are you about climate change and its impact on North Norfolk?
Haven't we already just discussed this in the other section?
I think we're both on 2.
Yeah.
Really, yeah.
Yeah, I'd say, yeah, there is an issue. Definitely.
Does it need sorting out? Yes. So
Yeah.
2. But I won't put it on the top of the scale because we've got other things to think of.
And you don't need to pay higher taxes to sort it out. This could be done quite easily, either through legislation or, hey, look, use paper bags. Dude, that's as easy as it is. Paper's easy.
Do you support the introduction of bold measures to help protect the environment for future generations?
I've got one for this. Yeah.
What do they mean by bold?
Bold measures. Right. Well, this is Liberal Democrats, I'm afraid. They declare a climate emergency, increase your taxes by 20%, and then pay themselves a higher wage and do nothing.
Oh, bold measures.
Yes, that's the bold measures they're talking about. That's my experience of it.
Then I'll say no then.
Yeah, I'd say no. But that is just me saying, so I'll let you have your own opinion.
Well, I only trust certain parties when it comes to certain things, so I wouldn't trust them. But I just wouldn't trust Liberal Democrats to deal with climate change in a sensible way.
No. Well, I'd say my biggest concern with the Liberal Democrats is Joe Swinson stood against fracking.
I was actually.
And then she received a large amount of donations from a company that did fracking and suddenly changed her mind.
I don't like Joe Swinson.
Yeah.
I'm scared of her.
I don't trust her.
So I'm not one to support her party as long as she's leader.
Yeah.
But I do believe that Karen Ward might actually be serious.
Yeah,
compared to her leader of her party.
What is she actually going to plan to do? What's the bold measure?
Yes, point. Yeah.
I mean, they want to ban cars.
No, they want to ban cars and introduce electric cars.
Yeah, which is going to cost way more and pollute far more as well.
Well, it won't pollute because it's just electricity, and you're using a nuclear power station.
But you're going to need massive amounts of batteries.
Well, no, you won't need batteries actually.
Although,
because you charge them with pure electricity.
As a bonus, if everyone had to have an electric car by law and everyone had an electric car, then Saudi Arabia would no longer have to worry about producing oil and instead can sell all its precious metals, which would be used to make the batteries to make the cars work, because that would be Saudi Arabia's primary export. So yeah, it would work great for the Saudis, either way. They're also at the head of the Green Energy Initiative as well. So,
do you support Karen's campaign to reverse school budget cuts and secure more investment for our schools? Yes or no? I don't know what it is, so I'm just not going to answer the question.
I don't know what that is. I would assume that the local schools have had a budget cut recently and she wants to reverse it. Well, I'd say probably a good idea, really.
But then I'd say tax and go...
Well, it's a budget cut, so I would assume the budget's gone somewhere else. So I don't know where it's gone. So I don't know where the money's going. But if you want to make schools better, here's an idea. Get rid of the lessons you don't need and replace that time with the lessons you do. So take art out of schools, just abolish the subject, and replace those lessons with extra maths and extra STEM, basically, extra science, extra maths, extra English. You would give yourself an extra 80 odd hours per pupil of education every year. That's just getting rid of art. So you could have art, music, anything like that. The useless subjects that don't mean anything, the ones that are hobbies. If kids want to do that, then they can take that up as a hobby. But you could actually massively increase the amount of education kids get by getting rid of subjects that are useless to them. Just teach them the basics, maths, English, science, that's it. As to the budget, I don't know. Honestly, I'd say probably no. That's just my call on it.
Can you help Karen in her fight to secure North Norfolk a better deal in Westminster?
I'm afraid we'll have to abstain from that.
Yeah.
My son is already a campaigner for the Conservative Party, and I wouldn't want to campaign for the Liberal Democrats while Joe Swinson's in charge, because I couldn't look at somebody in the face and try and defend the Liberal Democrats. Right, the opposite side. Right, so...
Which single local issue should be my #1 priority as your MP?
Single local issue is the shops that are closing.
Yeah, the high street's dying.
That's the single biggest issue.
Because of a certain hole in the ground.
Oh, not just the hole, it's the supermarkets. The biggest supermarkets out of town are dragging trade away from the town, which always happens. We're actually... Well, from where we come from, we used to have a thriving high street, and then they built a big multiplex, multi-thingy place just on the outskirts of town where people could drive to, and the town died, and along with the death of the town comes all sorts of horrible stuff as well. So the worst thing that can happen to any town is its high street dying. So yeah. The high street, that's it.
Here we go. Your take on Brexit. So the rest of this is just Brexit. Okay.
Yeah, we already read this. Yeah, go on.
If you were given the final say on Brexit, how would you vote? Vote to remain in the EU, vote to leave with a deal, vote to leave with no deal, wouldn't vote.
For me, I'd vote to leave without a deal.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I'd vote for. I'd prefer to have some sort of deal, to be honest. But at this moment in time, I think we're better off without one.
I would say the same, only because, not because of yours reason, but because if you vote for another deal, they'll probably extend Article 50 again, and we'll have to stay a couple more years of people bickering over each other, and then giving us another vote.
Yeah.
So I just want to leave, get out of the way, and do normal politics again.
Yeah, as a caveat to what I said about leaving with a deal, although you will not see it in the mainstream media, Britain's already arranged deals with most of the European countries. We've privately, we've actually been arranging deals all this time. It's not like the government's been sat on its hands. So we already pretty much have a deal with most European countries already, and most of the deals, the way the European Union runs at the moment, our relationship with the European Union would carry on for another 2 years anyway, after we leave. So there's more than enough time to sort stuff out. Of course, you have to have competent politicians there to do it, or at least a competent civil service, and we don't appear to have them at the moment. But I don't know, and I don't really see how getting brand new people in who've never done this job before is going to really help that. But we don't seem to have a choice.
If Brexit goes ahead, how would you feel about the future of the UK? Very positive, reasonably negative, very negative, don't know.
I'll let you take it first.
Very positive. You?
Very positive.
That is it?
Yeah, I don't want to be tied to Germany when it goes down the toilet, when the Deutsche Bank ceases to exist.
That's right, I'm sure they'll find a Fourth Reich somewhere.
Yeah, that's what the Germans do, isn't it?
Do you think Brexit would be good or bad for each of the following things? The NHS?
Good, because that means there'll be less immigration, and therefore less people using our NHS. Therefore, a lot more money will be able to be put over to the people already living here.
I'd say good as well. Education?
Don't think it really bothers education. I know there's some dodgy stuff coming from the European Union at the moment. But
I think it would be good for the education because we want to spend so much money on the EU that then budget cuts that certain Karen was speaking about will disappear anyway because we have more money.
Yeah, actually, I thought, yeah.
The environment?
The environment has been horrifically treated by the European Union. They gave Africa a load of money to build 3 wind farms, and the Africans built the wind farms on a migratory route, which has caused the extinction of a migratory bird. So that's the European Union planning for you.
So very good. The economy?
Yeah, absolutely awesome. If we went to the EU, that'd be great.
I mean, what did they say? If you get another extension, you have to pay an extra £1 billion every month.
Yeah.
That's fun. Cost of living? Well, that's the same as the economy.
We've already talked about that. There'll be no problem with cost of living. Actually, goods have become cheaper, and also the pound will do better in the long run. I think the pound will go down for about a year after we leave. That's what the economists say, anyway.
I don't think it'll go down for that long.
Well, they reckon there'll be about a year-long depression in the pound, in the price of the pound, but then it'll go up after a year, and then the pound will be stronger than it had been before, because of course the pound's great to invest in, and in independent Britain would be a great place to invest, especially if, well, the Conservatives are saying they want to basically turn Britain into a more attractive place for Europeans to invest that could take money out of the European Union and help it collapse much quicker. So there we go.
Question, your current thinking section.
Oh, goody.
Do you think the current government is taking the country in the right direction? Yes or no?
I don't know what direction the government's taking the country.
I'm pretty sure Jeremy Corbyn said that he's going to become the caretaker Prime Minister in a couple of days. So does that mean his government is questioned, or the current government?
I don't know.
And considering that the current government's got less majority in Parliament, therefore the opposition is the government.
Well, I think by the government they mean the actual government running the country, not Parliament, as in the government.
Right, okay.
Now, I don't know what policies really Johnson's got other than extra policemen.
Well, I mean, we're going to know.
Yeah,
we're going to have a nice
we
conference.
haven't had a conference.
But certain party leaders didn't want that. No, they're a bit too scared.
Yeah, I know what the Labour one. The Labour want to.
I'll listen.
Go on.
They want to. What is it?
Ban schools.
Not make NHS and industry and production government owned.
Yeah.
Yay.
Yeah.
They want to get rid of privatised schools. That's going to cost us a lot of money. They want to get rid of tuition fees, which I know it sounds great, but it also means tax is massive because that's pay for professors' wages.
Yeah.
What else did you say? What else was it? Was that it? There's an awful
It was
lot
all bad.
Yeah, there was an awful lot in that conference.
What? It was all bad.
Prescription charges.
Prescription
Wanted
charges.
to get rid of them.
Oh yeah.
Oh, they wanted to get rid of prescription charges. Good point.
More tax.
More tax.
That's an awful lot of tax.
Yes, so they want to raise tax, basically.
Yeah.
Because there's no such thing as free. Right? I once had a guy ring me up from Delhi, very nice guy, and he said he wanted to give me a free phone. And I said, there's no such thing as free. He said, that's very true, it'll cost £25 a month. Right, thank you for being honest. But yeah, so he wants to raise taxes to give free stuff out. So he wants you to pay more for other people's prescriptions, basically. That's the idea. Yeah.
Question 13. To what extent do you agree or disagree with the following statements? The Liberal Democrats represent my general view of the world and my political beliefs. I'm pretty sure from this video everyone can know that we are not on the agree section.
The Liberal Democrat Party seems to stand for abolishing democracy in Britain.
Yeah, it did. I mean, if they do win, then that is democracy. People do want to revoke Article 50.
But they wouldn't win with the amount of votes you got from Brexit, which is 17 million. They wouldn't get 17 million
I'm just
votes.
saying that if she did win,
So
if she got 350 seats, then that's democracy.
Yeah, and that would give her the right to
Revoke Article 50.
revoke Article 50. Any, the same that any other
Will
party...
the EU allow you?
Yes.
That's a different question.
The EU doesn't get a choice.
They get lots of choices.
No,
I mean, the EU are angry with the Supreme Court.
Yeah, the EU found the Supreme Court in
Contempt.
contempt, yeah.
So yeah, I would be happy to see a strong and popular Liberal Democrat Party.
Yes, I would actually like to see a strong and popular Liberal Democrat Party. Unfortunately, we don't have a Liberal Democrat Party in Britain today. Because the Liberal Democrat
more
Party...
Nick-led party.
Yeah, the Liberal Democrat I voted for was not the one we have today. Right? They are not Liberal Democrats. They are not democratic and they're not Liberals either.
Yeah. The Liberal Democrats share my values.
Absolutely not. I don't go around saying the B word to people. They do not share my values at all.
Question 14. If there was a general election held tomorrow, who would you vote for?
Ouch.
There we go.
Oh, that's a hard one.
Liberal Democrats. No, yes.
I can't. No, sorry.
They have Conservatives. They have the Green.
Oh, God.
They have the Green Party.
Definitely not.
And Labour.
They can...
Yeah.
No,
They have-
absolutely not.
They have the Brexit Party.
I don't like that.
And then you
either.
have the wouldn't vote section.
Well, what sort of choice do we get?
You know, if no one votes with wouldn't vote, if anyone votes with wouldn't vote, does that mean that all the seats were empty?
Yeah, actually, yeah.
If no one voted in this constituency.
I remember an election where Lord Buckethead or one of the Screaming Lords, one of the Monster Ava Luna Party guys,
Yes.
he actually won the election. And he started shouting at people, what did you vote for me for? That was actually really good. Alright, if they're the only options...
To be fair, they've missed out a lot of parties.
They have missed out a lot of parties. If they're the only options, I'm afraid I would have to hold my nose and vote Conservative because they're the only people offering.
God, that means they've had a fourth victory now, innit? Fourth victory in a row.
By accident.
That's bad.
I mean, May was the worst Prime Minister we've ever had. Worse than Tony Blair. So,
Green, the 1 seat person.
who? Green? What are they?
Labour.
Labour. Sorry, I'm the wrong race to vote Labour. They don't want me in this country anymore.
Brexit Party.
Brexit Party. I'm not. Okay, I'm kind of. I like Farage because he's a one-man army who managed to actually change the course of the country. On the flip side, I don't really like him as Prime Minister. I don't think. And the people behind him are not the sort of people you want to be Prime Minister either in the government. So I wouldn't vote for the Brexit Party if the Conservatives were an option. I don't want to vote Conservative either.
And then you have wouldn't vote.
Wouldn't vote. Well, I'd have to vote. I don't get a choice. We have to
Otherwise,
vote.
you give away your right to speak.
Yeah, you really do.
If you knew the election was a clear fight between Karen Ward's Liberal Democrats and the Conservatives, who would you support? Karen Ward's Liberal Democrats or the Conservatives?
Okay. Well, I think you can guess by now.
Yeah.
I would have to vote Conservative. But it is actually nothing against Karen Ward's Liberal Democrat. Well, it's not against Karen Ward. It's against her party, I'm afraid.
Leader.
Yeah. Not just her party leader, but the way her party's gone.
Plus, they've got a few Labour people in there now. They've got a few Conservatives in there now as well.
Yeah.
Because they all defected to them. It's not really Liberal Democrats. They're Labour, Liberal Democrats and Conservatives.
And my all-time favourite MP has just joined the Liberal Democrats as well. She's left Labour, then joined Change UK, and now she's in Conservatives. But in Liberal Democrats. But all the same, I couldn't vote for the Liberal Democrats because they are not standing for democracy. They are exactly against it. And as I said, if they got what they wanted, this country is not going to be a nice place to live.
Well, no, as I said, if she does get 350 seats, then it is democracy.
Yes, yeah.
Will she get that? No. No. Definitely not. I do have a feeling though she'll be the second biggest party after this is all over.
Yeah, I think the Liberal Democrats could actually get back to where they used to be, back with 50 odd seats. They could definitely do that. That's well doable. I don't.
After Brexit though, you have to make all your policies back to their origins.
Yeah, and they're not going to.
Labour will take over again.
Labour or some new party will take their place. Or maybe the Liberal Democrats will, after they've got rid of Joe and they've got a decent leader, maybe they will become the Liberal Party again. After the Brexit's all over with. Maybe we can actually have a decent opposition in the Liberal Democrats rather than Labour, because Labour, I think, need to go.
No, not Labour. I think their leader and a few of their people that I don't like should lose their seats.
I think the reason for the existence of the Labour Party no longer exists in Britain today. This is not the same country that needed the Labour Party to exist. And I think possibly something new and better could come out of Labour when Labour's finished. But Labour needs to die on a cross. It needs to go.
No, their leaders.
It's not just leaders now.
You're saying that the party as a whole idea of Labour should
No,
be
I'm not. I'm not.
It's just barbaric.
I'm saying the people with the power in Labour, the elitists in power in Labour, are the problem now. They despise the working class, and Labour is supposed to be for the working man.
Like I said, just need to change the leadership.
Yeah, but then you're going to have to get rid of momentum as well. Momentum is the biggest problem in Labour.
It's an easy problem.
Oh, how would you do it?
Without their awesome leader, they don't get any funding anymore.
Well,
they just cease to exist. The
funding's probably the right. Yeah.
It's like Hitler and the SA. If Hitler didn't pay them, the SA would have ceased to exist anyway.
Or they'd have beat up fascists in the name of communism.
Yeah.
They'd have just changed sides. So what you're saying is the Conservative Party should start paying momentum
Yeah.
Yeah, that's,
I mean, they've got money.
that's it. Well, they've certainly got more money than Labour
Yeah.
now. So, yeah, actually, you're probably onto something there. Maybe we should bring it up. If we get into the Conservative Party conference, we could bring that one up.
Yeah, if there's going to have one.
Higher momentum.
Probably not going to have one though, are they?
No, but I mean...
I think Boris said that he's still going to go for it, yeah, but most of the MPs aren't. That's fine anyway, because the idea of a conference is for the leader to go there and tell us
yes,
what they're going to
it's
do.
to set
Not
out-
to tell MPs what they're going to do. MP's job is to know already.
And earlier on, it was mentioning... where was it? Or was it up here? We were talking about the would we support... which party represents my views? Oh, it's here, sorry. Which party represents my political beliefs? Well, we don't really know what the Conservative Party does stand for.
And hopefully we can find out in a couple of days.
Well, we might do, I don't know. It is
Thunderstorm.
absolutely
Yeah.
throwing it down.
Thunderstorm was hit.
Yeah, you may notice the camera's gone darker. It's not our lighting, it's actually the skylights have gone dark.
Then that means we've got to cue the video to end.
Yes, it does. So, that was just us discussing the letter. I wish Karen all the best luck, but I'm afraid I can't support her on basic principles. I'm afraid you don't represent my views, and I wish you did, because you should, and you personally probably do. That's the worst thing. I'm afraid Joe's taken over the Liberal Democrats. But good luck in the election. But you don't get my vote.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah. That's it for me.
And everything from him. Goodbye.
Bye.